One of the key teachings of Stoicism is that we should focus on what we can control and let go of what we can't control. When we chase women, we are essentially putting our happiness in their hands. We are making our happiness dependent on whether or not they like us back. But when we follow Marcus Aurelius' advice and don't chase women, we are taking back control of our own happiness. We are saying that our happiness is not dependent on any external factor, including other people. Well, the truth is you don't need to chase women to find a girlfriend. In fact, chasing women is often the best way to turn a woman off. This is a dangerous game to play because it leaves us vulnerable to disappointment and heartbreak. So what does it mean to not chase women? It doesn't mean that you should never be interested in women or that you should never pursue a relationship with someone you care about. Rather, it means that you should not make your happiness dependent on finding a woman or being in a relationship. You should be happy and fulfilled on your own, and any relationship that you enter into should be seen as a bonus, not a necessity. Remember, your happiness should not come from chasing women. It should come from within. If you focus on your own development and live a meaningful life, you will be more likely to attract the right woman for you. If you want to find a girlfriend, the best thing you can do is to focus on becoming the best version of yourself that you can be. This means developing your talents, pursuing your passions, and becoming a well-rounded individual. When you are happy with yourself, you will be more likely to attract women who are also happy and fulfilled. So, if you're tired of chasing women and getting nowhere, I encourage you to follow Marcus Aurelius' advice and stop chasing them. Focus on yourself, and the right woman will come into your life. Marcus Aurelius was a Roman emperor and philosopher who is considered to be one of the greatest Stoics of all time. One of his most famous pieces of advice is, "Don't chase women." This advice may seem strange at first, but it is actually based on a deep understanding of human nature and the pursuit of happiness. Stoics believe that our happiness comes from within, not from external factors such as relationships, possessions, or status. When we chase women, we are essentially putting our happiness in their hands. In the age of social media, dating apps, and the constant pursuit of external validation, we find ourselves in a world where the chase is relentless. It's a world where our worth is often measured by the number of likes, followers, or the quest for the perfect partner. It's a world where we're constantly bombarded by messages that tell us to chase everything, from the ideal body to the ideal relationship. It's not just about relationships, it's about a deeper philosophy that can help us navigate the complexities of our fast-paced, ever-changing world. Marcus Aurelius' wisdom and his teachings can serve as a guiding light in a world where the chase often leads to confusion, anxiety, and unfulfilled dreams. Firstly, if we look at the context of this advice, chasing is a metaphor for seeking external validation and approval. It's about desperately pursuing something or someone to fill a void within ourselves. Marcus Aurelius encourages us to shift our perspective and recognize that true happiness and fulfillment don't come from chasing external desires, but from nurturing our inner virtues. Marcus Aurelius believed that the path to a virtuous life should be our primary pursuit. He encouraged us to chase after the virtues that make us better human beings, virtues like wisdom, courage, justice, and self-control. These virtues are within our control, and they lead to a fulfilling and meaningful life. Don't chase women also underscores the importance of self-reliance and independence. It reminds us that we should not depend on others for our happiness or sense of self-worth. Instead, we should cultivate our own inner strength and resilience. While the advice might seem to suggest detachment, it's not about avoiding relationships. In fact, it encourages us to approach relationships with a healthier mindset. When we are self-sufficient and content with who we are, we can engage in relationships from a place of authenticity and love rather than neediness. Now let's delve into a heartbreaking moment in Marcus Aurelius' life that shaped his wisdom. Early in his reign, his wife Faustina passed away. It was a profoundly sorrowful experience. However, Marcus Aurelius didn't let this tragedy break him. Instead, he drew strength from his Stoic philosophy and continued to lead with wisdom and virtue. This moment in his life demonstrates the power of resilience. Marcus Aurelius could have succumbed to grief and despair, but he chose to channel his emotions into a deeper understanding of Stoicism. He realized that external events are beyond our control, and what truly matters is how we respond to them. So, how can we apply this wisdom in our own lives? Let's break it down into actionable steps. 1. Cultivate inner virtues. Focus on developing your inner virtues: wisdom, courage, justice, and self-control. These are the qualities that truly define your character and lead to a fulfilling life. 2. Seek self-reliance. Work on becoming self-reliant and independent. Your happiness and self-worth should not depend on external validation or approval. 3. Prioritize relationships. Approach relationships with authenticity and love rather than neediness. Nurture meaningful connections with others. 4. Embrace adversity. When faced with challenges, use them as opportunities for personal growth and learning. Accept the impermanence of life and find peace in the face of uncertainty. 5. Live in the present, cherish the present moment, and make the most of what you have. Understand that external circumstances are beyond your control, but your response is not. Remember that the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius, encapsulated in the simple phrase, "Don't chase women," is not about avoiding relationships or disengaging from the world. It's about finding a balanced approach to life, where you prioritize your inner virtues, self-reliance, and meaningful connections. In a world that often encourages us to chase external desires and constantly seek approval, Marcus Aurelius reminds us that the key to a truly fulfilling life lies within ourselves. By cultivating your inner strengths and embracing adversity as an opportunity for growth, you can navigate the challenges of our fast-paced world with grace and resilience. So, as you go forth from here, I encourage you to reflect on this ancient wisdom and incorporate it into your daily life. Focus on what truly matters, find contentment within, and nurture genuine, meaningful relationships. Let Marcus Aurelius's Stoicism be your guiding star, leading you towards a life that is not driven by the chase, but by the pursuit of wisdom, virtue, and genuine happiness. Thank you, and may you all live inspired, purposeful, and resilient lives. This is a story from A Mind That Motivates. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Thanks for watching.